Welcome to a short overview of DebtSafe and what we can do for you. DebtSafe specializes in the provision of debt review services or debt counseling, as some refer to the process. Yet, what is it that sets us apart? Simply this. At DebtSafe, we have an unshakable determination to build new beginnings for our customers. At DebtSafe, a new beginning means being free from the emotional burden and constant fear associated with overwhelming debt. Being able to do the right thing, in other words, paying off all your debt. Being empowered to stop the habits that started this downward spiral in the first place. Bad debt is a bad habit, but bad habits can be broken and replaced with new, financially healthy habits to maintain the promise of a new beginning. Your new beginning starts with our exceptional staff, people who are committed to building bridges of hope to a new future every day. How do we do this? By being personally involved during all the stages of your application. We do not use automated software to process your application. Every application is started and completed by your dedicated debt counselor to ensure a settlement that works for you. By committing to the entire journey towards your new beginning. Don't expect an SMS on the progress of your application. Rather, expect a personal call from your dedicated debt counselor to set your mind at ease every step of the way. By being compassionate and real. Let us take a quick look at the statistics on bad debt. 8 million consumers are 3 months and more in arrears on their credit agreements. 45% of consumers' credit records are not in good standing. Consumers who are over-indebted suffer from depression, anxiety, health problems, ulcers, etc. What does over-indebtedness mean? A consumer is over-indebted when he or she is unable to pay all his or her debt on time, does not have enough money left to pay all essential living expenses after paying debt, or even foresees that he or she will be unable to pay all debt in the future. It is important to remember, though, that any person can at any time apply for debt counseling, whether he or she is over-indebted or not. Signs of over-indebtedness. Threats from creditors, such as letters and notices, phone calls from creditors, borrowings from microlenders, also known as loan sharks, garnishee orders, using a credit card to buy groceries or to pay other debt and installments. Let us now take a look at how debt counseling can help you. No repossession or new garnishes. As soon as you have signed the application for debt review, creditors are not permitted to repossess any of your assets or to summons you. Pay one reduced installment. You will pay an affordable reduced installment of plus minus 30% to 60% of the original installment amount. All payments are consolidated into one reduced installment. Pay living costs. You will be able to afford your basic living costs. No upfront payments. The debt counseling fee is included in the monthly payments, and this fee is strictly regulated by the National Credit Regulator, NCR. No blacklisting. While you are under debt review, the credit bureaus will reflect under review only. No new debt equals the start of good habits. While you are registered for review, you will not be allowed any further new debt apart from consolidation loans. No obligations. The debt counseling process is completely voluntary, and you can cancel the process at any time should you feel the need to do so. At this point, many consumers can see the benefits of the process, but have a few questions. How much will this process cost me? There are no upfront costs to the process. Instead, the costs payable to DebtSafe have been included in your first few monthly payments. This is a fixed cost that is determined by strict National Credit Act regulations, and the exact amount is communicated to you during the process. Remember, the idea here is financial freedom. Will all my payments reach the creditors? All your payments are paid directly to the public distribution agent, not to DebtSafe. So yes, your payments are 100% secure. What if I do not qualify but still have to pay the money due for the process? Sometimes a consumer waits too long before deciding to call on the assistance of a debt counselor. Once the legal process has proceeded past a certain point, it becomes irreversible and we will not be able to assist. That is why we at DebtSafe make sure we evaluate each case thoroughly before we accept it. This prevents an unnecessary financial and emotional cost to the consumer. It is important to remember that the road to a new beginning always requires the first step. Yet it is only natural to hesitate. There's no way anyone can help me out of this mess. We've accomplished things for our customers they never thought possible, simply because we do it personally and we make it happen. I don't want to share personal information with strangers. We know it's personal, but our people are professional, and once you work with your dedicated debt counselor, you know it stays confidential. It's just too embarrassing to admit this when I'm not even sure how I ever got here. It's not embarrassing. It's just a bad habit, not a bad character that got you here. We all make mistakes, but we all deserve a second chance at a new beginning. Those who have come to DebtSafe are now living the new beginning they wished for. Let us take a look at how you can start your journey to financial freedom with our easy 6-step plan. Step 1. Set up a meeting with a DebtSafe representative. You can either call us on 0861 100 999 or SMS DEBT to 31022 and we'll call you back. Alternatively, you can visit our website and send a call request from there. Step 2. Once you have set up a meeting with one of our nationwide representatives, you will need to bring the following documents along: your ID, 3 months salary advice, 3 months bank statements, latest creditor statements. At this meeting, you will fill in your application form, which will set the official process in motion. As soon as you've signed the application forms, you receive 60 days of protection in accordance with the National Credit Act, which provides enough time for the final administration to be completed. Step 3. The DebtSafe representative will now send through your application to our head office, where a personal debt counselor will be assigned to your case. The counselor will then proceed to review your budget of basic living costs, calculate reduced installments that is sustainable, negotiate any judgments against you, cancel Section 74 administration orders, and arrange for the transfer of all your debt to the debt review program. If need be, your counselor will also, at no extra cost, negotiate the drop of garnishee orders against you. Take Mr. X for instance. He works at Telkom and earns a netto salary of 7,031 Rand and 50 cents per month, but is unable to pay his creditors due to economic factors and increasing living expenses. His essential living costs calculate to 4,641 Rand and 7 cents per month, leaving him with 2,390 Rand and 43 cents per month to pay his creditors. However, his total expenses payable to his creditors are 4,780 Rand and 85 cents. He contacts DebtSafe, where he is registered for debt counselling. A request for approval on his available funds is given to his creditors. His request is approved, and Mr. X will pay off his debt in 87 months, including his house, whilst all his assets remain intact. By taking the first step to a new beginning, Mr. X saves 50% on a monthly basis, which means 50% more cash in his pocket, giving him the freedom to provide for his family. while still covering his essential living expenses such as medical aid, pension funds, etc. He has a positive credit record and avoids being blacklisted. Step 4. You will now be required to open a savings account at the bank of your choice, into which your salary will be deposited in future. Step 5. We're almost there. All the documentation has been drawn up and approved by your various creditors. Behind the scenes, DebtSafe will also ensure that this agreement is converted into a court order, which will serve as your ultimate protection. Step 6. This is where your new beginning starts. By now, you will have already started paying off on the new repayment plan that has been implemented from month 1. At DebtSafe, it goes further. We are also enabled to help you establish new habits that will support your new life. For an additional fee, we contract the services of an external training company to guide you towards healthy spending habits. They will assist you with drawing up a new budget and help you to identify the subversive marketing techniques used by many consumer goods companies that lull you into the trap of continuous spending. We would like to conclude with a few crucial reminders. The sooner you take the first step, the better. Even if you think there is no way out, let us make the final call. We know what is possible, and sometimes that includes the near impossible. Whilst everyone deserves a second chance, a debt review repayment plan is also a last chance. Defaulting on payments in this plan will lead to the termination of your rights under the new repayment plan. We thank you for taking the time to listen and trust that we have answered all your most pressing concerns about the debt counseling process.